good everyone. Welcome you to the Van World with God's Gift, where we review godly movies, music, and books. MMB. I'm so happy today because this happened to be the first review in the year 2023, and I know you are going to be blessed as you keep following. Kindly subscribe, share the link for people to also be blessed. Today we are reviewing a song titled My Worship by Phil Thompson. It's a popular song that I know a lot of us know how to sing. But wait, have you ever wondered the lyrics? Have you really tried to understand it, or you just sing it because you love it? You just sing it because the song is pleasant? No, wait, subscribe, take your seat, and relax as we take you through this review. I know that you're going to be blessed as you wait. Oh Lord, you are worthy. No one can worship you for me. For all the things you've done for me. And no one can worship you for me. This is my worship, all of my worship. Receive my worship, all of my worship. This is my worship, all of my worship. Receive my worship, all of my worship. Oh Lord, you are worthy, and no one can worship you for me. For all the things you've done for me, no one can worship you for me. This is my worship, all of my worship. Here is my worship, all of my worship. Receive my worship, all of my worship. And I will not be silent. I will always worship you. As long as I am breathing, I will always worship you. As long as I am living, and I will always worship you. As long as I am breathing, and I will always worship you. This is my worship, all of my worship. Here is my worship, all of my worship. This is my worship, all of my worship. Wow, what a ministration. I hope you were blessed. I hope you are blessed by this short ministration. Indeed, the Lord has been so faithful, so good for us, and it's just up to us to give him his praise, to give him his worship, to give him his worship. So yes, today we are going to review this song. It's quite a popular song, and I know most of us know how to sing. The song title says "My Worship." My worship. Most times we think that worship is all about singing, or yeah, basically singing. But one thing I know is that worship is not all about singing. We have other means of worshiping God, and yet that the most used or widely used is by singing, pouring out our hearts to God, letting Him know how grateful we are for all that the things He has done for me. Let's get started. So the first sentence says, "Oh Lord, you are worthy. Oh Lord, you are worthy." And yes, the Lord is really worthy of praise. When we begin to fathom His majesty, when we begin to fathom His almightiness, we know that He's worthy to be praised. He's worthy to be worshipped. It's only people that are worthy to be praised that we praise. Why are we saying God is worthy to be praised? He's worthy to be praised because of the life He gave us. He's worthy to be praised because of health. He's worthy to be praised because of how He keep us. Even in our faithfulness, God is always faithful, and that's why the Lord is worthy to be praised. Now, the second sentence is what I love so much. It says that the first one says, "Oh Lord, you are worthy." The second one says that no one can worship you for me. Yes, no one can worship you for me. It's just a powerful statement, just a short one, but a very powerful one. It's true, no one can ever worship God for you. As I'm here right now, I cannot tell you to worship God on my behalf. No, it is me that knows what God has done for me. I know what God has done for me. You know what God has done for you. You can literally testify all the good things the Lord has done in your life. So it's always up to you to worship this God. Because if you tell me to worship God on your behalf, yes, I will worship, but it will just be a short time. Because I might not necessarily know what God has done for you that you're so grateful for, that you're telling me to worship Him on your behalf. And that's why the song writer says, no one can worship you for me. No one can worship you for me. And yes, no one can ever worship God for me. God's gift that I am here. And that's why I must worship God at all times by myself. The next sentence says, "For all the things you've done for me." Huh. If we begin to count the blessings, I don't think we will live here today. If we begin to count the goodness of God in our lives, let's just bring out a few. From the day you were born, the breath of life, the gift of salvation, God has granted you husband or wife. He has given you children. He has brought good people, loved ones in your circle. The Lord has led you in so many ways. Even the work you are doing right now, the Lord has been faithful to you. The Lord has given you good health. Even if you found yourself in the hospital, you are still alive, breathing, and you are still talking, walking, and doing one thing or the other. That is why the songwriter said, "For all the things you've done for me," that's why I'm saying you are worthy of my praise. And that's why I don't want someone to worship you on my behalf. All right. Now, the last statement says, receive my worship. It says, "I bring you my worship. Here is my worship. So receive my worship." It's a form of let me say prayer. Yes, because it's one thing to offer unto God, it's another thing for God to accept it. But one thing we should also know is that for God to accept our worship, it should be coming from a clean heart. It should be coming from a grateful heart. It should be coming from an altar that is void of sin. It should be coming from an altar that is worthy to be received, because you cannot just do your things anyhow and come to God saying, "Lord, I'm coming to worship you," and you expect Him to accept that worship. No, it doesn't work that way. That's why it's always good we bring out our worship from an altar that is clean. In the book of in the book of Kings, when Elijah was, let me say, having a competition with the prophet of Baal. The Bible says that after they've tried all that they could, it's as if their God was sleeping. But then after they've tried all that they could, and now it was a turn for Elijah to call upon his God. The Bible says he repaired his altar. Why? Because the altar was broken. Why? Because in the course of them trying to do something, they broke the altar. So it was necessary for Elijah to repair the altar so that when he called on God, he will listen. Even though God did not necessarily listen to the prayers of Elijah because he repaired the altar, but it was also a form of respect. It was also a form of requirement, something that needed to be done for God to accept his prayers. The Bible says that let all things be done in order. Let all things be done in order. When Cain and Abel were sacrificing to God, the Bible says that the sacrifice of Abel were accepted by God, but the sacrifice of Cain was not accepted. Why? Because it was coming from an altar that is not acceptable. Abel brought that which was not so pleasant to the Lord. So it's always good when we bring our worship out of a clean altar, out of an altar that is void of sin, out of altar that is acceptable, altar that God will just smell and say, "Oh God, God will just listen. God will just accept your praise. He will accept your worship and say, yes, this is indeed coming from my son. This is indeed coming from my daughter." The last sentence of the song I love so much. It says that um I love so much this particular point, and it says that as long as I am breathing, I will always worship you. As long as I am living, I will always worship you. This is a prayer on its own, and I see it as a form of commitment. When someone says that as long as I am living, I will always worship you, it has a great meaning. It means that in his or her daily lives, he will worship God. It means that whatsoever he or she finds himself doing, God is first. If you're a student, it means that in your academics, it must worship God. In your daily life, it must worship God. In your activities with people, must worship God. The business you are doing must glorify God. How you speak, your communication, everything about you. In fact, the you as I am here right now, the me, God's gifts that we know must worship God. Everything that comes out of me, everything that surrounds me must worship God. And that's what he says. As long as I am living, it means that so far you can breathe, so far you are still alive. Everything you are doing must worship God. Well, I know you enjoyed this review. I know you've really enjoyed it. If today is your first time visiting this channel, my name is God's Gifts, the host of this great um channel, and I know you've been blessed. Kindly subscribe, share this video, like the video, and comment if you've been blessed. Comment if you've gotten any rema from this song. I'll as well put the link of this song in the description bottom as well as the comment section so that you can as well go to the original writer of this song and listen to it yourself. Thank you so much. God bless you. See you same time next week.